Last time on the trail cam mission, we wanted to find out the age-old question: what happens if you leave a box of Nutri-Grain in the bush? A few months later now, back to pick up the cam. Got Darren tagging along this time with his new pup Margot. We're heading into the Orongorongas. That sign is creepy. Hit the river at first light, hoping to bump into a deer. As we headed in to pick up the cam, we're in for the weekend. As we cruise down the valley, very important to stay hydrated and get some of that good mountain stream in you. Creeping our way down into the secluded location of the cam now, always a good sign to see fresh mud smeared all over the ferns and trees. Obviously been some animals in there recently, so exciting to see what's on the card, and of course always a relief to have the camera still hanging on the tree. Awesome. Let's get her home and have a look what's on the card. Alright, we answered the question pretty quickly. What likes to eat Nutri-Grain? It's me. I love eating Nutri-Grain. So, let's see what animals like it. Here we go. Deer, heading into the Nutri-Grain. Is she going to eat it? Ooh, not this time. Definitely interested and not spooked by it like I thought they might be, but... Alright, here's the next one. Is she gonna have a go? Definitely getting very close. But not today. Is she gone? Oh, there she is. Alright, disappointingly, some time lapse between that deer and this goat, and in the meantime the Nutri-Grain vanished. So I don't know if it was a small rodent or what, but it didn't activate the camera, so we never got to find out. But lucky the cam's in a cool spot, so we've got plenty of animals rolling through, like this nice pig. Cool spiker, he's got some pretty long spikes on him, so hopefully a bit of potential for a future trophy stag. Big pig here. Nice ball. Big sow, spending a bit of time in front of the cam. I'm having a little sniff. Goat from earlier with just huge knackers. Really impressive how he manages to get around with balls that big. Very agile as well. Speaking of big balls, look at this guy. Really big ball, this guy. Any pig hunters out there care to have a guess how many kilos this guy would be? Definitely one of the better guys that showed up on the cam, having a munch on some roots. Serious shoulders on him. Solid. Ooh, nice little stag. Looks to be an 8-pointer. Pretty typical for around these parts. Another good pig. Shoulders on him. Might be the same spiker from earlier. Might still be in velvet. It's interesting. Coming into the raw. Good long spikes, we like to see that. Hind, plenty of these girls rolling through over the months. I think I had the camera in there for about 4 months all up, so another nice pig. You can see he's been in the wallow, which is just to the right of screen, out of the shot unfortunately, but he's been right in there. As is this guy, having a little dance. Nice haircut as well. A little mohawk, a razorback. He's heading down to the wallow. It's an interesting one. A 3-legged dog with no hunter to be seen. He's getting around really well for only having 3 legs. If anyone knows whose dog this is, drop us a comment. The hunter never showed up. Inspirational. It's a nice goat. A few goats on this set, which I haven't had in the past, so moving around a little bit. Hind and a fawn. Having a sniff right where the Nutri-Grain used to be, but alas, no longer there. It's a pretty good stag. So he's actually quite old, which is hard to do in the Wronga Valley because there's a lot of hunters getting around. She did not like the look of that infrared light coming on. Very uneasy. I think we've seen this guy before. Good ball. Obviously living close by. This guy jumping in the wide. Oof, doing a little bit of excavation. Got some good leverage on that rock. Let's have a look at that in slow-mo. Just moving it with ease. Good height. I reckon this guy might be the best looking pig we've had. A beautiful shiny coat. I'm going to give him first prize. And this guy might be the ugliest pig we've had. Scruffy little thing. A little rub. Alright, I reckon this is probably the best stag we had. It didn't like the infrared cam, but pretty good stag. I'm not sure how many points, but seems to have his bay time, so he might be an 11. Unfortunately, he only showed up once, so I wonder if he survived the roar. Little hind having a play around in the water. Pretty cool. This guy looks like a wise old stag. Having a look at the cam. Now, right now he's freaking out. I think this guy's just like the conspiracy theorist stag. It's pretty certain he's being watched. No one believes him. What the hell is going on? He's freaking out. This pig is muddy, having a good time. Oh, some little bacon seeds. The future generation of bush destroyers. The whole band. Straight in the wallow. Oh, and here's Mum. Just keeping an eye on things. Making sure they don't get up to any trouble. Big Boris. Getting stuck into some ferns. Ooh, ugly little spiker and his sister. Same boar from a couple of days ago. Got a problem with that fern. That was it. We're back to pick the cam. Having a look around. Yeah, I'm doing my best impression of that stag from earlier. Yep, nailed it. And I'm gonna get adventurous. So for the next set, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try chicken pellets. Let's see what happens if you leave chicken pellets in front of the camera. Probably just piss off Doc, feeding all the rats. These are the questions we need answers to.